The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. It is 5 a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
We begin this morning with developing news from overnight out of East Bakersfield, where a person was hit by a car. It happened around 7:30 on Mount Vernon Avenue near Del Amo Way, that is just south of Highway 178. CHP says the driver took off after the crash. The pedestrian was taken to the hospital with major injuries. No word on their condition this morning.
In your Crime Watch this morning, Kern County Sheriff's deputies found hundreds of pounds of stolen copper wire in Taft. Deputies say it was discovered Monday during a search for a stolen trailer on Ward Street. People on the property are accused of processing copper wiring for recycling. Deputies arrested 8 people on multiple charges, including grand theft. 6 others were arrested for outstanding warrants.
The sheriff's office needs your help identifying a man accused of attacking an elderly man on Rosedale Highway. Deputies say the suspect assaulted the victim while trying to leave the parking lot of the Lone Oak Village Shopping Center back in late August. If you know anything, call authorities.
A sobering child death report from our county health officials paints a grim picture, especially when it comes to accidental and undetermined deaths of children in Kern. 17's Michaela Armstrong has more.
Public health officials presented the 2022 child death report to the Board of Supervisors Tuesday, detailing the grim statistics of child deaths throughout the county during that year. According to the report, the number of suicide and homicide deaths are declining, but the county saw an increase in the number of undetermined and accidental deaths, with a cause of 17 deaths being undetermined, 3 more deaths from the year prior, and 23 deaths ruled as accidental. The leading cause of childhood deaths found in the report. Car accidents and drownings were the leading causes of most accidental deaths. However, public health program specialist Chad Casto says the team found unsafe sleeping as a cause of many undetermined deaths.
Co-sleeping, that is a big thing. We see a lot of infants co-sleeping with parents, in bed with parents, in bed with siblings. They're not laid down properly in bed or with other items, and so that really ties into undetermined deaths for infants.
Another big finding, many child deaths were from multi-drug intoxication, specifically from fentanyl. According to Kern County Public Health Director Brent Kerrigan, between the years 2020 and 2021, the county saw 7 deaths from fentanyl. However, according to the report, the county saw the same amount in just the single year of 2022.
Fentanyl is absolutely a key takeaway from this report. Something that we never used to see our children die from, we're now seeing them die from this. And so it's absolutely an issue that our community needs to take seriously. It's absolutely an issue that all of us as agencies that are trying to support our children in our community take as a mission for us to address this next year, to try to prevent this from killing any more of our children.
While the statistics are grave, Kerrigan says the report is critical for local health organizations and creates more public awareness.
Data speaks volumes. Data should drive how you develop what your mission is, what your goals are, and that's absolutely what this report does. The Child Death Review Team report is a hard look at very difficult data, tragic data that should drive the decisions that we're making in future years.
Michaela Armstrong, 17 News.
Making headlines around the state, Meta, the parent company of Facebook, is coming under fire for allegedly targeting kids with addictive features.
Our investigation has found that Meta has misled its users and that it's putting our children in harm's way.
A bipartisan coalition of 33 state attorneys general filed a lawsuit against the social media giant. They say Meta designed its Facebook and Instagram products to keep young users repeatedly coming back. A spokesperson for Meta says they are committed to providing teens with safe, positive experiences online. The states are seeking an end to what they see as Meta's harmful practices, as well as penalties and restitution. The federal suit, which was filed in California, also accuses Meta of violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act by collecting personal data on users under the age of 13 without parental consent.
California regulators are pumping the brakes on a driverless taxi service over safety concerns. The license for Cruise Robotaxis has been revoked just 2 months after an expansion was approved. The company is owned by General Motors and recently started transporting passengers throughout San Francisco. Regulators say there was a flood of complaints about the robotaxis, including by police and fire officials who claimed the driverless vehicles were sometimes blocking roads in emergencies during a testing phase.
Making headlines around the nation in another shakeup on Capitol Hill, House Republicans have nominated Mike Johnson as their 4th Speaker nominee. The Louisiana congressman was elected last night after a dramatic day in which Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer won a nomination vote but dropped out hours later. Ousted Speaker and Bakersfield Congressman Kevin McCarthy says all the switch-ups during the past 3 weeks, it's been frustrating.
I think people are tired of all this. I mean, I really go to the core. If you don't deal with the consequences of the 8 who worked with all the Democrats to put it in here, putting a new person up each time, we're going to be in the same place we were before. And you got to fix that to start out with.
The newest Speaker nominee, Mike Johnson, says the next step is to go to the House floor later today and make it official, although it still remains unclear if he has the 217 votes needed.
In a stunning development that ramps up legal peril for former President Donald Trump, Mark Meadows, his former chief of staff, has been granted immunity by federal prosecutors in the election subversion case. According to sources, Meadows told special counsel Jack Smith's legal team he knew Trump was being dishonest with the public after the 2020 election when he said he won just hours after polls closed. Meadows said the president knew that allegations of voter fraud were baseless. He met with the special counsel's prosecutors at least 3 times and testified in front of a grand jury.
Now to a pesky problem in Kern County that's been bugging a lot of us lately. An increase in bugs, not just mosquitoes. We're talking about bed bugs, so-called pincher bugs, and there's apparently an explanation for the increase. 17 Cecilia Trevino reports.
Fall is here, and if you feel you're drowning in bugs, you are not alone. Pincher bugs are in season from early September through December.
The pincher bugs, also known as the earwig, they do have a pinch. A lot of people are a little scared of the pinch, but it's not too bad as people think. The best thing we can do at our homes is to exclude them, do exclusion work as far as keeping everything nice and tight as far as the doors, the window screens as well, making sure there's no holes.
One vital thing they're looking for is water.
The best thing to do at our house is to minimize the moisture, the water, the watering of the yards, to minimize that, not to have puddles like muddy grasses out there, just enough for the water, for the grass and the plants to survive.
Although earwig's pinch is not venomous, it's still very annoying. Another annoying biter is the bed bug, making international headlines recently for plaguing Paris, Las Vegas, and Mexico City. Bakersfield is not seeing alarming numbers, but they're still out there.
When it comes to bed bugs, the best thing to do is just be careful of what you buy. A lot of times people buy used furniture, maybe couches, mattresses. They are growing in numbers because Bakersfield is growing with people as well.
Cecilia Trevino, 17 News.
Well, if you're a magnet for mosquitoes, there's some good news. We just passed the peak of mosquito season.
Just passed?
Just now. But hold up. That doesn't mean they're gone. Not by any stretch. Kern Mosquito and Vector Control says these little ankle biters, those are the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, they won't go away until the morning temperatures are consistently dropping below 45 degrees. So, we're getting there, but we're not there yet. Experts encourage all homeowners and renters to patrol their yards weekly and get rid of any standing water. They say it takes just a bottle cap full of water for mosquitoes to breed in just a week.
Meantime, the Kern County Health Department reported 14 human cases of West Nile virus in Kern County as of Monday. Health officials say the virus survives when a mosquito feeds on an infected bird, and the virus can then pass on that to mammals, including humans. The Public Health Department reported 103 mosquito samples have been reported positive for West Nile. The symptoms include severe infection and can include headache, high fever, neck stiffness, muscle weakness, paralysis, and in very rare cases, death.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.